All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back again with another video. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope that you guys are staying safe. So, you guys, this video is not going to be too long. I just wanted to come on here just as an inspiration, a motivational video here, just a reminder for those of you that could be dealing with a narcissist. I just wanted to reiterate and reassure you guys, if you are, on your journey, you're healing, you're recovering, you're moving on, and you're moving forward, you're not out here trying to hurt anybody, you're not being vengeful, you're not being spiteful, you're not being mean, you're not being nasty, you're not trying to, like, you're not resentful, you're not bitter and hateful and just like envious and jealous and stuff like that. As long as you stay away from stuff like that, you guys, you are really going to be on the good side of God. This is definitely going to be a video focused on staying on the good side of God, staying on the good side of karma, and being a good person, right? Because I know that's easier said than done, right? Especially after you deal with narcissistic abuse, right? Because I know I've had, a lot of people ask me, they're like, hey, Joy, they wanted to get back at the narcissist. They wanted the narcissist to feel like how they felt. They wanted to teach the narcissist a lesson and make the narcissist feel pain, right? And, I just wanted to reassure them. And this is what I always tell my clients. I'm just like, no, like, you don't necessarily have to take vengeance into your own hands. You don't have to try to go out and harm the narcissist or do stuff like that, because at the end of the day, that's really going to get you in trouble. And, you don't want to allow the narcissist to have that type of power over you. You get me? You want to make sure that you always keep your power. You want to make sure that, you are in control of yourself, right? You're not trying to be in control of anybody else but you and yourself. And, obviously, if you have kids, you want to guide them to the best of your ability, but you never want to be like manipulative and controlling and demanding and things like that. That's what a narcissist does. So you don't want to do that. But you want to be a guide, right? You want to be a mentor. You want to be someone that's supportive and someone that's going to be helpful and, and things like that. But, just really make sure that you are on the good side of karma. The reason why I say that and you're on the good side of God, because when you stay strong and you stay firm and rooted in your conviction, whether, if you have faith in God or you have faith in a higher power, you're really going to see that God is really going to protect you, right? God is really going to reward you, and he's going to let you know and show you, that he's really there for you. He's looking out, and, he won't let anything harm you, right? Because again, I know, and the thing is that, when you're dealing with a narcissist, they may play a game with you, right? Now, the thing about it is, the reason why you don't want to play that game, because the narcissist is very familiar with that whatever game it is that they're playing with you, explore, whether it's like when you're in the relationship with the narcissist, or let's say it's another type of family member that's a narc. Let's say it's not romantic. Let's just say it's an in-law or it's a relative. It could be an auntie, uncle, sibling, cousin, or something like that. The narcissist has a game that they play, but as long as you don't play that game, you are not going to fall for their traps. You get me? So you don't put yourself in a position where you are subject to, whether it's, bad karma, or, it's, the consequences of, playing with the narcissist, or, having the narcissist, um, whatever negativity that comes with the narcissist, and all of the, the destruction and the negativity and the whether it's self-sabotaging behavior. You are not going to engage in that, because, right, you never played the quote unquote the game anyway. You get me? So you always want to make sure that you disengage from that type of behavior. Like, don't allow the narcissist to control you, right? Don't allow the narcissist to manipulate you, to get you to react, right? To get you to, like, to respond to like in a negative way, right? You always want to make sure that you're able to, work through any triggers that are coming up or any reactions or any emotions that are coming up for you. Because again, remember, you guys, the narcissist thrives off of the negativity. So if you are not behaving in that way, like I said, the narcissist has no other choice but to go to a different host, you know what I'm saying, or to pick a different victim, or to, they have to eventually like move on, because they thrive off of negativity, right? They thrive off the drama, they thrive off of the chaos and the mayhem. So if you're not engaging in that, then, the narcissist has no choice but to let it go and to move on. You get me? But again, as we always know, and for what I've learned dealing with narcissists, they never truly let you go, right? They never truly move on. They may disappear or they may go ghost for maybe whether it's months or years, but just know that they're always watching somewhere in the background. They're always lurking and and stuff like that. Or they may be trying to see if it's a good time to hoover. You guys know, with the holidays and stuff coming up, it's a good time for that, right? So, just kind of keep that in mind, right? But again, just make sure that you guys are on the good side of karma. I'm telling you, like, I've seen it in my life. I've seen, like, me just being on my journey for these years. And again, I've learned, like, whatever you do, it always comes back to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I made that video. It's like, be careful how you treat people, you guys. Like, I guess that's probably why the narcissists do what they do, is because I guess they don't care about how they treat people, right? They don't have any empathy, right? No sympathy, no remorse. They only care about personal gain. You get me? They only care about what's in it for them and how they're going to be able to, obtain something at the harm and at the expense of someone else, at the expense of persecuting someone else, or, breaking somebody else, or, stuff like that, to get a certain result, or whether it's to get money, fame, clout, whatever the case is. You get me? So you never want to be like that. You don't want to be desperate for fame, right? Or desperate for clout, or desperate for attention, or desperate for money, or desperate for a relationship, like where you feel like you have to use somebody for money, or, you have to use somebody for clout, or, you have to be a hater, or, you have to be someone that's jealous and envious. Like, you don't want to be like that, you guys. I'm telling you. It's not worth it at the end of the day. You get me? So just keep that in mind, and make sure you stay on the good side of karma. Stay on the good side of karma, because when you're on the good side of karma, God will reward you. He will. He will bless you. He will give you the things that it is that you desire. But it's not easy, though. That's the thing. It's not easy. And that's the thing with a narcissist. They don't want to do that hard work, right? They rather take it from somebody else, right? They rather steal it. They rather manipulate. They rather trick somebody. You know what I'm saying? And in order for them to obtain things that they need in their life, they don't want to do the inner work and the inner healing, because it's too hard for them, right? I mean, the fact that they're a narcissist says a lot in itself, right? That meant that in order for that person to become a narc, they would have had to go through something in their lives, which, whatever that was, they allowed it to change them. So the key word is allowed, right? We all have power. You get me? So we can allow things and not allow things, right? So that's why I always tell you guys, it's very, very important that you keep your power and you work on yourself, right? Because if you don't, you will give your power away, right? You will give your power away. You will be in a position where you're controlled easily, you're manipulated easily, you're tricked easily. You're influenced in the wrong direction. You may be influenced to go down a wrong path. You may be influenced by the wrong people, people that have bad intentions, ill intentions, people that have bad karma, people that have a history of negative, toxic relationships, and could be trying to spew their poison and their negativity onto you. So when you heal, you can really have this protection on yourself, right? You can have this armor, the armor of God. The protection of God will be around you if you're doing your inner work, right? You're doing your inner healing, you're working through your traumas, you're working through any restrictions or any obstacles or blockages that are coming up for you. You got to do the work, you guys. I'm telling you, I know it's not easy, right? I know, you guys. It's not. Like, when I was doing my healing, you guys, I'm telling you, it was rough, you guys. It's not for the weak, right? It's not pretty. It's not cute. It's not funny. Like, for real, you guys, doing that inner work, it takes work. And you really have to invest in yourself. You really got to invest in yourself, you know? Um, and honestly, like I said, it's worth it. It's worth it, in the end. But like I said, it's not easy because God will test you. God's going to test you. He's going to see, like, if he can trust you. He can see if, you are a person of integrity, if you have values, if you have morals, like if he can really put you in a position of authority, right? If he can put you in a position to where you have, whether it's an influence or an impact over other people's lives, right? And so, but in a positive way, God wants to test you and see. Now, if you fail the test now, God may be like, okay, let me give this person a try. He may give you a couple tries, but in the end, God's watching. You know what I'm saying? God's watching. He's judging you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said it's very careful. You have to be careful how you treat people. And even if you have been involved with a narcissist, or let's say it's someone in your family, or let's say it's a friend, it doesn't matter. You still have to, behave in a way of integrity, even though the narcissist is not behaving that way. The narcissist can still affect your karma. You get me? So you have to be very careful when it comes to dealing with this person. You know what I'm saying? Because the narcissist, they don't care, and it doesn't matter. Who cares if they care or not? Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to care about yourself, right? You have to care about your children, and you have to care about your present and your future, right? But if there's things that happened to you in the past, you have to be able to work through that. Now, if you're unwilling to do that, that's okay too. That's where it's just like, we're not, and I always like to say, when I am not trying to force anybody to heal, right? Or force anyone to do something that they don't want to do. Because again, I know some people are not going to do the inner work. They're not going to heal. They're going to just stay in, whether, I don't know, whatever it is that they do that helps them get through pain, whether it's addictions or it's distractions or it's substances, you know what I'm saying, which is not healthy. Hey, I'm not judging, but it's the truth, right? So, it is what it is. Whatever is going to be best for you is your choice, right? Everybody has their own choice. But if you do want a change, if you do want to do something differently, especially, the year is coming to an end, you are wanting to really invest in yourself, and you are wanting to, let go of the past and let go of traumas and hurts and, disappointments. You got to do the inner work, you guys. You got to, right? And I always recommend, don't go at it alone, right? Don't go at it alone. If you need to, reach out to a therapist, right? Reach out to a coach or a counselor, or reach out to somebody like myself that's a narcissist abuse coach. I have worked with these people. I've been around narcissists like for a lot in my life, which is kind of sad, but I guess it was for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Remember, everything happens for a reason. Nothing is by a mistake. Nothing is a coincidence. But, and I've done the inner work as well. I've done that too for many amount of years, right? And you're always healing. There's always things that you can work on and improve. So you don't want it to just be like, oh, okay, you deal with a narcissist and then you heal and then you never work on yourself. It's like, no, you should always be working on yourself regardless, right? So if you guys want to learn more, about my journey on to healing from narcissists, or you want to learn how you can heal from the narcissist, or maybe you want to work on having a better relationship with God, or maybe you want to learn more about um the doing the inner work and doing the inner healing and how to go about it, like how to do that. Or let's say you have been doing your inner work and you're like, dude, like this is not working. Or maybe you feel like you've been on this journey for a while and you haven't seen any changes, or you felt like nothing has changed. Everything has been the same. And you're just like, dude, what am I doing wrong? I would encourage you to reach out to me. You can book a session, or you can inquire about my 90-day coaching program, or you can learn more about my self-study books. I highly recommend adding it to your library. It will help you on your journey. I would highly, highly recommend it. You guys can go to my website if you want to learn more about how I can support you in any way. And you can look at the services, or you guys can feel free also too. You can join my free group on Facebook called the Healing and the Recovery Room. I would love to hear from you. But yeah, please reach out. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't be embarrassed. Don't feel like it's weak, because it's not weak. It shows strength, because you're recognizing like, hey, I need help with this, and that's okay. And we have to acknowledge that. And I mean, I think that's a big thing too. Like, if you are brave enough and bold enough to be like, hey, like, I need help with this, you know what I'm saying? And like really mean it, not just doing it because it's like, oh, it looks good or it sounds good or I'm impressing people and it looks a certain way. It's like, no, you really got to do it for you. Like, if you really want it, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just do it because it looks good or it's a trend or it's just like, oh, you know, like stuff like that. It's like, no, if you really want it, definitely reach out. You know, don't be afraid. It's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? You know? But yeah, and then also again, I just want to encourage those that are doing good and they're, you know, have good intentions, good people out there, because there's good and evil people out there. But I know some people that are quote unquote good, they turn opposite because they're like, oh, you know, I've been this certain type of person and people are always doing this to me, they're always doing that to me, and they're like, oh, now I'm gonna be like the person that hurt me. It's like, I encourage you not to do that. You know, again, you have to recognize like anything that ever happens to you, it's not your fault. You know, it's not your fault. Maybe it was there to teach you a lesson, or it was something that you had to learn, or something about yourself that you had to look within. But at the end of the day, it's just like, however a person treats you, it has nothing to do with you, you guys. It says everything about them and less about you. But you have to be the one to take the responsibility to work on yourself, you know, because no one really cares at the end of the day. I mean, it's sad, but it's true. Nobody really cares about anything unless it's involving them for the most part. Like, not everybody, but a lot of people are like that. So you have to be the one that cares about yourself, because no one else is going to. So hopefully that helps. But anyway, I love you guys so much. I would love to know, what was your biggest takeaway? Any topics that you want me to make a video like this about, please feel free to leave it in the comment box below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Also, if you guys do like these videos, don't hesitate to leave a donation to the Live Narc Free Ministries. It is truly appreciated. And if you do so, you can go to Cashapp, which will be $Coach Joy 510, or you can go to PayPal, which would be at livenarcfree9@gmail.com. I do thank you in advance. Or you guys can also leave it via Venmo, which would be, I think it's Joy Larkin12. You guys can feel free to check that out. But anyway, I love you guys so much. Until the next time, take care. Bye.